We're diving into a crucial topic today: copyright, data, and ethics in social media, which is incredibly relevant in our digital world. We'll learn how to navigate the complex legal and moral landscapes to ensure your digital success and responsible online presence. Let's explore the content protection triangle, a fundamental concept for understanding how to safeguard your digital creations effectively. This triangle provides a framework for safeguarding your original works and ensuring their proper use in the vast digital space. First, let's define what is copyright. It's a legal right protecting creators' original works from unauthorized use. Copyright protects various original works, including text, images, videos, and music, preventing others from using them without permission. Now, let's consider why it matters. Copyright is essential for creators and the integrity of online content. It safeguards content creators, helps prevent potential legal issues, and promotes ethical content sharing practices across platforms. Finally, let's look at some content examples that fall under copyright protection in the digital realm. This includes blog posts, photos, illustrations, videos, music, and even brand logos, all requiring proper consideration. Moving on, we'll examine the core content licensing models, crucial for understanding how digital content can be legally used. These models dictate how content can be used, shared, and distributed legally, ensuring compliance and respect for creators. One common model is royalty-free, which offers a specific way to license and use content. Royalty-free means you can use content without paying per use, though an initial upfront fee is usually required. Next, we have Creative Commons licenses, which are widely used for sharing and reusing creative works legally. These are free-to-use licenses, but they come with specific conditions, like requiring attribution or restricting commercial use. Another important category is public domain content, which holds a unique status regarding copyright restrictions. Public domain content has no copyright restrictions, making it entirely free for anyone to use, modify, and distribute freely. Finally, we have commercial licenses, which are essential when using content for business-related purposes. These licenses are needed for using copyrighted content in ads, promotions, and branded content, and they typically involve a fee. Let's now delve into the 4 pillars of fair use, which provide guidelines for using copyrighted material legally. These pillars outline the specific conditions under which limited use of copyrighted content is permissible without seeking direct permission. The first pillar is purpose, whether the use is for education, criticism, or legitimate news reporting. The second pillar is nature. Factual content generally offers more flexibility for fair use than fictional works. The third pillar is amount used. Typically, only a small and necessary portion of the original work should be utilized. And the fourth pillar is market impact, ensuring your use does not negatively affect the original creator's potential earnings. Today, we'll explore the best practices for legal social media, ensuring your online presence is compliant and secure. Our focus will be on 2 crucial aspects: how to avoid copyright issues and effectively ensure data privacy for your users. First, let's discuss some key strategies to help you steer clear of copyright infringement on social media platforms. Always remember to credit the original creator, particularly when using Creative Commons content, to respect intellectual property rights. It's best to use licensed or royalty-free content, sourced from trusted platforms like reputable stock libraries, to avoid legal complications. Before sharing any user-generated content, always obtain clear written permission from the creator to ensure compliance. Crucially, avoid downloading and reposting content from other pages without explicit permission, as this often leads to infringement. Next, we'll dive into ensuring General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, compliance, which is vital for user data protection. Always obtain clear, explicit user consent for all data collection, typically through opt-in checkboxes, before proceeding. It's essential to regularly update and provide easily accessible privacy policies that clearly state how user data is utilized. Remember to limit data collection strictly to only the essential user information necessary for your specific business purposes. Finally, implement strong security measures such as encryption to protect user data effectively and prevent potential breaches. Let's now explore the 5 fundamental principles of GDPR, which form the bedrock of data protection regulations. These principles represent the foundational rules designed to ensure robust data protection and privacy for individuals. The first principle is transparency, meaning you must be open about your data practices. Users must always be clearly informed about exactly how their data is collected and subsequently used by your organization. Next, we have consent, a critical principle emphasizing user agreement. Businesses must obtain clear, informed, and explicit consent from users before collecting any of their personal data. The third principle is data minimization, focusing on reducing data collection. You should only collect data that is truly necessary and relevant for the specific purposes you have identified. Then there's the right to access and erasure, empowering users with control over their data. Users have the right to request access to, or even deletion of, their personal data held by your business. Finally, we have security and accountability, which are crucial for maintaining trust. Businesses must diligently protect user data from breaches and actively demonstrate their compliance with all GDPR regulations. Now, let's explore an effective strategy to combat misinformation, a growing challenge in our digital world. A crucial first step is to always check the source of any information you encounter online. Secondly, make sure to verify the facts presented by cross-referencing with reliable sources. If content is misleading or false, it's important to report it to the platform. Lastly, consider publishing a factual response to counter misinformation and provide clarity. Today, we'll discuss effectively managing harassment and understanding platform actions to create a safer online environment. We'll cover practical strategies to foster a safer and more positive social media environment for everyone involved. First, let's look at key approaches for effectively handling harassment on your social media platforms. Start by setting clear community guidelines that precisely define acceptable behavior for all users. Utilize moderation and filtering tools to proactively identify and remove any offensive or inappropriate content. Don't hesitate to report and block harassers using the specific tools provided by each social media platform. Maintain your brand's reputation by always responding professionally and calmly to any negativity or criticism. Now, let's understand the specific policies and actions taken by major social media platforms. Facebook actively flags false news and works to remove misleading content, promoting a more accurate information flow. Instagram employs AI filtering to detect hate speech and automatically blocks offensive comments, enhancing user experience. YouTube removes fake news and hate speech videos, often issuing strikes against channels that violate their policies. Twitter bans misinformation and abuse, and it suspends accounts that repeatedly violate its community standards. We've covered a lot, so let's summarize the key points from our discussion on legal and ethical social media practices. Here are the essential takeaways to help you navigate the legal and ethical landscape of social media effectively. Remember, copyright protects original works. You must understand licensing types, like royalty-free and Creative Commons, for proper usage. Fair use permits limited use, but only under specific conditions concerning purpose, nature, amount, and its impact on the market. GDPR requires explicit consent, data minimization, and robust security measures when handling any personal data online. Businesses need to be transparent about data collection and always respect users' rights to access and erase their personal information. Ethical challenges include misinformation, privacy violations, deceptive ads, and crucial influencer disclosure issues on social platforms. Combat fake news by fact-checking and publishing verified responses. Handle harassment with clear guidelines and effective moderation policies.